Broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to the BallerAlert Show. I go by the name Ferrari Simmons.
I go by the name BT.
Introduce yourself, fellas.
My name is Terrell Tepper. I'm a mental health therapist here in Atlanta.
And my name is Tawan Tepper. I'm a mental health therapist here in Atlanta as well.
Welcome to BallerAlert! Hey! All right. Now, you guys said something very important that I feel like people that look like us be like, I ain't crazy.
Yeah.
You are a mental health therapist.
Facts.
Well, first of all, you guys are twins.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because I talked to one person.
He was so
and then I
confused.
saw one person. I was like, wait. He was like, nah, you spoke to me. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. We met up before, but I think it gives us a little bit of an advantage just because when you see twins, you don't forget twins. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's true.
You might not love us, you might hate us, but you ain't gonna forget about us. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think
And
that
we get
gives
to
us a
double down on shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I say certain things or feel a certain way, it's one thing if I feel that way, but I already got like a built-in entourage, so it's cool.
I always wanted a twin because I always wanted to be like, me and my twin brother, we could try to like date the same people. And
I got my best friends are my cousins. They're twin cousins, and my wife is a twin, actually.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know why I'm always surrounded by twins.
It's funny you say
But
that.
twins always not necessarily don't do that. Do you? Right?
What, date the same girl?
Yeah, there's never tried it either. It's
like,
like,
y'all never tried that?
y'all got different tastes, I'm pretty sure.
Never tried it. I think we got the same taste as
Okay.
far as like looks, but a personality probably would be different.
But
Yeah,
y'all ain't never tried to play jokes on people like where you talking to somebody and then you be like, I'm gonna send brother go talk like to see if this person know the difference.
I'm pretty sure that happens.
That happens
That's
all
normal.
the time. That's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, that's normal. I seen that.
So I think what happened initially, the first time we ever switched up, in fourth grade, my teacher and his teacher was best friends. They was like homies. So it was April Fool's Day, and they was like, get your brother out of class, go to the bathroom and switch clothes. And then you go to his class, and he come over here to my class. That shit happened, and we was there all day, literally, and nobody knew. And
That's
then at
crazy.
the end of the day, she pulled her homie to the side and was like, you know you had the wrong kid in your class the whole day. And it was like a funny thing, but I think typically people want us to do twin shit more than we want to do twin shit.
Like dress alike and always like, yeah.
Did y'all parents make y'all do that like when y'all was kids, like dress alike and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's so crazy. We dressed alike up until high school. So then when we started getting our own personalities and stuff, we got to school and somebody was like, dang, that's weird that y'all still dress alike. And then we didn't know it was weird. We thought it was regular.
Right.
You know what I mean? So at that point we went home, changed, and never dressed alike again. Like it was a little bit when we got to high school, it got a little bit weird that you didn't have your own personality. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was the thing.
Did y'all go home to y'all parents and was like, hey, y'all been having us dressed like that and we at school looking weird?
Yeah, pretty much. It's almost like, from the outside looking in, it seems like fun. And it is, you know what I'm saying? It's got its ups and downs. But like when I can tell you right now, if I go to the gym right now and hoop, they're going to be like, damn, bro, where's your brother? And it's like, damn, it's just me today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's got to be good enough for you. You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
sure.
if that's not good enough for you, then I don't know what to tell you. He a grown man. I don't even know where he at.
Yeah.
Growing up with twins in my life and now being married to an identical twin, I see twin stuff all the time. Do you guys like sometimes just meet somewhere randomly and have on the same shit?
Always, bro. And
What?
it's like-
Yeah, that happens all the
yeah.
time. I've seen that with my cousins and then with my wife and her twin
Wait,
sister.
y'all have on the same?
They would literally show up somewhere and have on damn near the same outfit, same colorway.
Yeah. So it's like
Facts.
we think so similar.
Yeah.
So it's like if I feel like this is appropriate to wear to this occasion, he gonna be thinking something very similar. So he's gonna be like, damn, I need a polo, I need some jeans,
sure.
I need some Air Force One. So we show up, it might not be the exact same, but it's very
Last thing, because
similar.
we got. I don't want to get off topic because twins are cool to me. You know, twins, triplets. Do you guys both have kids or no?
Yeah. We both
So
got
do you know that their kids are siblings because they have the same DNA? So because my wife's kids and my and her twin sister's kids, they're siblings because they have the same mom DNA. So they share their DNA. Their DNA is exactly the same. That's why they look the same.
Yeah,
So their kids are like cousin siblings.
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I never heard it that way, but I
Yeah.
do know we have the exact same fingerprint too.
No,
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, our
Yeah.
fingerprint is the exact same.
Sometimes
So
it's
if he
like
commit a crime and his fingerprint, they coming to get you too.
Yeah,
they're gonna bring both of them in.
They got to figure
They
out
got to figure out who did it. Wow. But some twins aren't though, because my cousin twins are fraternal.
okay, yeah. Fraternal
I never
twins
asked
don't
my
have
wife
the same.
was her and her twin sister. 'cause
What's
they
a
identical.
fraternal
Do you
twin?
They don't look the same.
So
So twins, they
fraternals-
just look different,
So facts, but fraternal twins are two eggs that got
separated.
separated,
Uh-huh.
fertilized
Fertilized by the same
same sperm.
Uh-huh.
But identical twins is one egg and
share.
one sperm was fertilized, and then they split.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
Okay.
crazy.
It's a whole
though.
thing, bro.
But
it's
so
a whole
are fraternal twins, were they still born like?
thing. No, together the same day.
Yeah.
They just don't look the same.
That's crazy.
Like imagine me and you be twins. We just don't look the same. But we were born the same day. We share the same DNA. Everything else is the same. We just don't look the same. Then they got boy and girl twin too.
Yeah, I do know. I do know that.
Yeah.
I know some twins that one of them look like the daddy, and the other
One look like the mom. That's usually how.
They don't even look alike. One is like
Yeah.
brown skin, the other one's super light skin.
I think the boy girl twin dynamic is weird too.
Yeah, that's,
It could
Cause I be like, how does this happen?
yeah.
How's one a girl, one's a boy,
Yeah,
and y'all
that's
twins?
weird.
I always thought that was weird. But anyway, all right. So
Can I ask one
Go
last twin question? Is it today and age like you can like if you were having a kid and you wanted twins, you could like
Yes.
scientifically,
Artificially
yeah,
inseminate
yes,
that
yeah,
joint.
yes.
Yeah, you can do
This
that.
it's expensive though, bro. Stuff like if you want,
I feel like it's expensive
It's
to have
very-
twins
Period.
in general.
That's why
Like,
it's expensive to have a
Like,
kid. Like look, some
Bro.
people can't have kids, so
Right.
they have to get the in vitro.
Yeah.
That's expensive, bro. I think that's like $10,000 to start. Just to start.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, but I do I do think that like nowadays everything is manipulatable. You
For
know
sure.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you want something, you can pretty much figure out a avenue.
You can
to go
pay
get
for it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Okay. My bad. I just had to ask because this was good. This is good convo. And we don't do interviews. We do conversations when we do our content and stuff like that. So is that now that you guys are twins, I kind of was going into this path of, is that the same thing that you wanted to do, the mental health together?
No, honestly. So I started in mental health. I established my major in college, psychology, and he was actually physical therapy at Tennessee State University.
One time for Tennessee State.
Yes, sir.
Tennessee
TSU.
State. Hey.
Both of y'all?
Bleed blue. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
That's a
Played
big deal.
Football and all that good stuff.
Good deal.
That's actually a funny story too. So I realized later why, as a football player, they encourage you not to declare a major up front, because once you declare a major, you have to like make good grades to stay eligible,
And
right?
you have to have a certain amount of credits in that major.
Yeah. So they was like, everybody that's a freshman, don't declare a major. Just take core classes. You got to do that anyway.
Because you got to take your core classes regardless.
yeah, you got to get that out the way anyway.
And they need y'all on the field.
Yeah, I need you on the field. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're smart or not, bro. Like,
If
don't
you got
even-
economics, boy, I got you.
I don't think everybody ain't smart out here. So let's just stay on the field and then we'll figure the rest out later.
Sure.
Type situation. So I was like, in my mind, I was thinking, he gonna do mental health. I'm gonna do physical health. We gonna have a holistic health
That's
facility
what's
at
up.
some point.
That's a good idea.
Where you could
Great
come
idea.
and get right from the mental space, get right from the physical space. You got some injuries you need to recover from, whatever it is. And then my major, physical health, got lost its accreditation like halfway through my freshman year. And they was like, just keep on taking courses and then switch your major before you graduate. I'm glad I didn't do that because that major never did get accredited while I was at school. I don't
So
know
you
if
would
it
have had to take
since
more
then.
classes.
Yeah, I would have been a super senior.
Or I had to transfer to another school.
Yeah.
Either one.
So you switched to mental health.
I switched to mental health. And I think it might have been sophomore year where all of my credits got transferred over, which was like a blessing because
That's a blessing,
I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Sure.
So I was like, damn, I'm gonna be behind because I didn't choose a major when I should have. But it worked out, so it was good.
All right. Now that we got all that out the way, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Pause. Why is it important for men, and I'll get into the women, but why is it important for men to explore their mental health and expand upon it?
I feel like it's important for men to explore their mental health just because we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't even check
Why?
Why? It's because at the end of the day, like we have to be so much for so many people. You know what I'm saying? Like we as men, normally we the head of the household. Normally we are leaders in the workspace. So if we don't take care of our mental space, then it trickles down to so many other people.
Also, I feel like when you're the leader, it's a lot of unspoken pressure for you to always have it together or seem like you always have it together. And when you are seeking help outside of yourself, it feels sometimes like you don't have it together. Like I can't control this without, somebody helping me control this. So I don't want everybody else to see me as weak or see me as flawed or see me as, whatever it is that don't really feel like a good leader. You know what I'm saying? So I think most of the time as men, especially black men, we are kind of results driven. Like people don't really care why you didn't get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just either you got that shit done or you didn't get that shit done. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't get it done, we gonna find somebody else who gonna get it done.
Yeah. And to your point, I feel like that we just live in a no excuse society as men. You know what I mean? Like we can't really say, I made a mistake and it's cool. You know what I mean? It's always consequences attached to those mistakes. So the better headspace we in, the more intentional we are about our mental, the better we can lead.
I know BT has a question. Last one. I see other ethnicities put mental health very important in their framework of who they are. How come there's a lack of that at the African American community?
I got a couple.
From what I see.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I can tell you.
right.
No, you're completely right. As a matter of fact, I go to like a snooty gym a little bit, and the white guys will sit up and brag about what their therapist recommended that they do. You know what I'm saying? It's like a status thing for them. But I think in our community, for one thing, it's generational curses. I think that most of the stuff that the other cultures do, like cater to their men, we don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay attention to your mental health. We don't do it. I think a lot of the things that we don't do was kind of given to us as a weakness, right? Or kind of like painted in a situation where because I don't do these things, it makes me look stronger. But in reality, it's actually a sign of weakness to me.
I feel like it's steps to it. I feel like we getting there. You know what I mean? I feel like
This is the most I've seen mental health being spoken about ever.
It's cool
Facts.
now. Like it's one of those things that's a hot button topic, but I don't feel like we're using it right yet. So like if you think back to like the early 2000s, you in a white neighborhood, you see white folks jogging. You like, damn, why are these folks so into health? You feel me? But now you go to a black neighborhood, you see black folks jogging. Like we behind, like we catching up, we getting there, but we ain't there yet. So like we using these mental health terms like, oh, he bipolar.
He's narcissistic.
He's narcissistic. You don't know what that means. It's a whole criteria that you have to meet before somebody is bipolar or narcissistic. But we know what those terms mean now. You could ask a person in the early 2000s what narcissistic mean, a black person, they'll be like, what's that? You know what I mean? So we getting there, you know what I mean? But we ain't there yet. That's how I feel about it.
It's kind of like a it's slow motion, but it's motion, right?
Exactly.
You know, and you touched on a really good subject because I noticed the same thing, right? Like in my neighborhood, I would get up every morning and I would see like, you know, my white neighbors, everybody's jogging, everybody's working out, and I'm over here like, why we don't do this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They like you go to the grocery store, they reading what's the ingredients in it, and it's like I feel like all that mental health is a part of health in general.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it took me a while to start going to a therapist to understand that I said, man, I need help on the things that I was traumatized in my childhood to understand that's really who you become, right? Like we really who we are today based on the things that we went through as a kid, because I would do certain things and I'm like, I'm an adult. Why am I keep doing this? And then, I go talk to a specialist and they say, well, how was your childhood?
Yeah.
What are some things that, like some behaviors that you seen in your childhood that make you act this certain type of way? So that's why I feel like a lot of times we're like, it's sucked to say, but like a lot of black men don't know how to resolve issues in a healthier way.
Conflict resolution is always the issue that we deal with in our community, with the beef in the streets and all that stuff.
And I never understood that until I went to a therapist, and the therapist like, well, how did you see situations get handled when you was a kid? Well, I seen violence.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a specialist. What about the millions of people that are going through these things that didn't go see a specialist?
Bro, you said something super powerful. Like, it's trauma that we live through as kids,
and we don't fix it.
Normalize that shit. We think it's normal. We think we supposed to be going through this. And
it's cool to go through this.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
It's street cred.
At the end of the day, man, it's so many things that's traumatic that we don't really give any credit to. Like, any separation in parenting is trauma. Poverty is trauma.
Poverty is definitely trauma.
Any loss of a loved one is trauma. You know what I mean? Like, we normalize that shit. Like, oh yeah, my daddy died last week. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna be all right.
I'll be all right. Yeah, I'm cool.
We need to talk that out.
Definitely. That's not something that just goes away. You know what I mean?
I want to share something I learned with my therapist, and mine was, and I want you guys to expound on it if you can. Mine was setting boundaries.
Okay.
I didn't understand the word boundaries and how it could help my mental state of mind. Because, I've been outside for a while. I got multiple baby mamas, married, got 5 kids. I got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Not to say any of that is negative, but I didn't understand how boundaries affected my mental health. And it helped me with my parents, my wife,
Parents,
my kids' mothers, my kids, my coworkers, all my different jobs that I have. Because I also feel like the entrepreneur is heavily recommended to speak to a therapist weekly.
Man,
Definitely.
If you're an entrepreneur, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Everybody's listening. If you have to figure out how you make your money, or sometimes you can have a great month and a very bad month, and you can try your best to be consistent. That's just not the entrepreneur way. I feel like the mental health thing is very challenging because you're dealing with so much emotions.
Definitely.
And you have to put boundaries in place.
Facts.
If you do not. I was literally talking to one of my good friends today on the phone, Kristen. She works for me. And she's completely opposite. She's white. She's works on the country radio station.
Okay.
She says the things that you're working on will come out. If you don't set the proper boundaries.
Definitely.
To that, you guys say what?
I got a saying.
My bad for being lengthy. My bad.
No. You good, because you gave me so many thoughts. My saying is, you teach people how to treat you. With your first couple interactions, whether they know it or not, or whether it's conscious or not, they're gathering information on how to approach you, right? So just like you said, if you don't set no boundaries, then they feel like it's a free-for-all. And then eventually you get mad and you like, why is he or she treating me like that? Well, you actually set up the boundaries around your relationship. Like, you have to set boundaries around certain things. Like, for instance, I'm an entrepreneur as well. I don't have traditional 9 to 5 hours. Like, I book sessions if I'm free, you know what I'm saying? So it's flexible. But the people in my life will call me at noon. Hey, can you come and do this? I'm not even going to answer the phone because I don't want you thinking tomorrow you can call me at noon, because tomorrow I might be busy at noon. Just hold off until 5 like you do with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta set that boundary, and it's even harder to set boundaries with people like you said, your parents.
You care about. I
Yeah,
mean,
you care about them.
if my mom calls me 3 times in a row, no matter what, I gotta step outside and say, "Mom, you good?"
Yeah.
Oh, I need help with. I'm over here like, Mom,
Where did you put that?
I call you back.
Yeah.
Like this is I call you laterable.
That's funny that we talked about boundaries because he's more of the boundary setter, like naturally. I'm more of the give a person the benefit of the doubt thing. So I've lived through the negative, the consequences of not setting boundaries. So a lot of times, like, if you don't set boundaries, you end up living on somebody else's terms. You know what I'm saying? You end up catering to somebody that you didn't even mean to cater to. Like, now I'm waiting on you. I'm on your schedule. I'm talking to you when you free. You know what I'm saying? Instead of vice versa. So it's definitely important.
And it's crazy.
I need y'all to call once a month. Man, we gotta work something out, man. Like this is a healthy conversation, and I know, and I'm sorry for interrupting. I just know someone watching will be in the comments like, "Oh, I needed to hear this."
Yeah, facts.
Because once one person's comfortable speaking about their transgressions, it ignites something in someone else. So even if it's just one person, that's good.
That's funny you said that. I was actually talking to somebody about like mental health and physical health is very similar. And if you ever having a hard time understanding why something is important in mental health, it's easy if you translate it into physical health, right? Just like you said, in our community, it feels like I'm crazy or something wrong with me or I don't have it under control when I'm seeking help for mental health. But if you go to a physical health facility like a gym or a spa, it's people in there that look like they work out every day. You know what I'm saying? It's people in there that look like this is their first workout in life. But nobody is in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no wrong place to start doing something positive. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if your mental health is like you take your mental health everywhere you take your physical health.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It's one and the same if you ask me.
Yeah, if you fucked, I had this one dude. He was like, bro, if I knew you was out here, I would have went and seek therapy because every time I see a therapist depicted on, social
a movie
media, it's somebody I can't relate to. So
it's always like I feel like the film industry made like our culture think that like we can't afford that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I used to.
Or you gotta be crazy.
Or you gotta be crazy. When I told my mom I went to therapy, I was like, yo, I'm going to therapy and I'm learning so many tools and stuff to like implement in my life. Mm-hmm. And she said, boy, you ain't crazy. What you going to therapy for?
Boy, you ain't crazy.
Just normal. But she probably didn't mean it that way. She's just going off of how she perceived it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And too, I think that speaks to what he said, generational curses. Like, I took a class called abnormal psychology to where we had to learn what was normal and what was not normal. So if you see something that's happening, from your framework, if it's something that you've always seen, you're not going to think of it as abnormal.
Right.
So we had to take a whole class, like what's normal, what's not normal, right? So in this class, it was this study, this lady was cutting off the back of her bread. She was like, this is how we do it. This is how my grandmama did it. This is how my mama did it. This is how we do it. One day, the granddaughter was like, why are we cutting off the back of the bread? She said, I don't know, ask mom. Ask mom. Mom didn't know, ask grandma. Ask grandma. We finally asked grandma. And grandma said, baby, I just cut off the back of the bread because my pan was too short.
I get what you're saying.
It created a tradition.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
But the tradition came from one person's need. You feel me?
Right.
Like that don't even apply to us. But we still doing the traditional things. You know what I mean?
And that's a good take because I see what you're saying. It's like we go through generations after generations after generations, and I feel like the generation now is like, people will listen to what a rapper say and think it's normal, but people won't listen to a therapist and think it's normal.
That's another thing. Like,
that's a great example, bro.
A rapper is speaking his truth. You don't live that life.
For sure.
You didn't just jump. You didn't get
Sometimes the rapper don't either.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Sometimes that's the problem because it's entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, but
And
go ahead.
people
I'm
take
sorry.
it seriously. No, you
Yeah,
right on.
man.
And here's another thing I noticed about entertainers. Most of the time, they pour themselves into their work as their therapy.
For sure.
Right? So it's like I'm really speaking out my trauma. I'm speaking out shit that I went through so you don't have to go through it. Not so you can go and mimic it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to go through this stuff because I had to go through it. And it's almost like if y'all do this, you know, for a living, when you stressed out, you come in here. That don't make sense.
For sure.
Like
sure.
it's completely the opposite of self-care. Self-care is supposed to separate you from whatever it is that
You said
stresses you
self-care. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
I would say prioritize self-care. When in reality, that's the most important thing that you should prioritize. Your mental space is like, I never forget, man. I'm gonna say something coded because a lot of people watch the show. So, an example I would give is, you know, someone comes home from work and they're just mad because they're coming home from work. Well, it affects the kids.
Yeah,
It affects anyone who's in that house.
definitely.
We got to do a better job just as a people understanding when you come home and you have a family, everything that happened, we got to decompress it in a way to when you walk in that house and you smile, or before you leave the house, when you wake up, you smile. I used to be that guy. I used to get up early in the morning and be upset like, I hate waking up early, but I got to take my kids to school. And once I learned that I can control how I feel,
Yeah.
I said, oh. So I just started looking at the positives and everything. And I was like, man, I get to take my kids to school every day. My parents didn't have time to do that. They had to go to work.
Yeah.
So this is something that my kids do with me every day. And then I started implementing the gym. I started working out.
Yeah.
I hate working out, but I got high cholesterol. So either I'm going to take these pills every day or I'm going to work out and get my cholesterol levels let down. So now I got a whole routine that I implemented with a therapist on Wednesday at 5 o'clock.
Definitely.
Oh, wow.
So now I'm just structuring my life, but keep in mind I'm 41, so I wish I knew this in 21.
Right.
I'm thinking of how advanced and how further on I would have been in my life had, but then again, sometimes I feel like this is my sermon.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to not do it so I can take it seriously.
Without
And
a
you
test,
have
you don't got no
story.
testimony.
Boom.
You feel me? Without a test, you don't have no
Y'all got to
testimony.
come once a month, bro.
Yeah.
We got to work something out.
Yeah,
with it, bro.
this is
with
a
it.
this is a needed
is-
conversation
this is
in the
important.
culture.
Yeah, facts.
But see, y'all remember, I felt like career days for me, I take that serious when I do it.
Okay.
Because I walk in the career day looking like this, and kids be like, dude, what do you do? I said, I
Right.
talk on the radio.
Yeah. They
I do a
never seen
podcast.
that.
You
Yeah.
never see that because everyone else on career day has a suit on.
Yeah.
Or they're a fireman or a policeman. They're just not paying attention to all these different things that you can be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You guys are vital and important because of how you look. I can literally say, wow, that's a job description that I could do.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
definitely.
That's normally our first conversation. So we do a lot of community mental health, like working with kids in the community who
That's
don't
great.
even want therapy.
That's great.
They've actually got in trouble. So one of the consequences to whatever they did is seeing us, basically. So normally they look at us like,
Oh,
man, you ain't who I expected to see.
For sure.
Okay, this ain't so bad. I can talk to you.
I
It's
had a
cool.
dude, man, that was 16. He wouldn't speak to me. So he had therapists before. So he already was privy to the whole process. He
Right.
like, I don't want to talk to no therapist. I'm cool. I said, I had a supervisor at the time. I was like, man, normally these kids gravitate to me. Like the way I look, they like, damn, what kind of J's is those? You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So this kid wouldn't say nothing to me. So I'm like, damn,
I'm
how
not
do I
used
get
to this.
through to him? I asked my supervisor, and he said, embrace the silence. That's the only thing he said to me, embrace the silence. He said, if he don't talk to you, is that the end of the world? I'm like, nah, shit, I'm going to get paid anyway. I'm good. So I sat there with him. I'm like, bro, you don't want to talk to me? Guess what? I don't want to talk to you either. It's my job to talk to you. So shit, I'm going to sit here for an hour. You sit here for an hour. We going to go our separate ways. We sat there for 2 hours like that. 1 week, an hour silence. The next week, by the end of the session, she was like, all right, bro, what you want to talk about?
Word.
He just broke down and told me everything. Like, I'm mad at my mama because of this. That's what it takes. I'm mad at my daddy because of this.
That's what it takes.
This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. So it's like, at some point, he was like, this dude is a dude just like me.
Yeah.
At some point, we going to get tired of looking at each other in the face, and I'm going to talk to him. And that's what happened. So it's like you said, the approachability of it,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Just having a normal conversation and not structuring it like therapy, it goes a long way in our community. You know
Definitely.
what I mean?
And what I have learned through that experience doing the mental health in the community, it's like when you go to somebody's house, you got a different version of them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
true.
If they come and sit in your office and sit in the chair and sit upright, they're going to tell you everything, you know, prim and proper and do it the right way. But if you in my house, like you going to get a different version of those people. So what I learned how to do is be a translator of mental health stuff into regular stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you 12, 13 years old, you stay in one of them villas, Mechanicsville,
He said one of them villas.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Any one of the villas, you in there, right? So
Thomasville.
Oh,
Oh,
you know what
damn,
I'm saying?
damn, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that? So
Yeah,
it was
damn.
like,
That's what's up.
your reality is not a long 3-4 syllable word.
Sure.
Your reality is, like you said, guns, violence, drugs, you know, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta develop a skill set that turns you into a translator. Like, bro, I know all of this. Your treatment plan, because we have a treatment plan. Your treatment plan is confusing to you, right? Let me tell you the goals we're working on: anger management, conflict resolution, and communication.
Yeah.
Right? They can understand that. But if I broke down your whole treatment plan, you're going to be like, bro, I don't feel like talking about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got suspended at school for fighting, but he stepped on my brand new shoes.
He tried me.
You
And
know
these
what
are probably conversations that y'all have, and y'all over here looking like, bro, this the least of your worries when you become an adult, because stepping on your shoes gonna be when you get these Georgia Power bills, and you like,
Exactly.
man, you're not gonna be thinking about no new shoes when you know
Definitely.
when you really look at like the future. What I want to ask you guys is that do you guys ever do therapy? And I don't even know if this is a thing, but does law enforcement do therapy?
That's wild.
That is a good question.
That was an amazing question. So we got a police officer that lives in our subdivision. So we pulled him to the side when all of this police brutality stuff was going on, right? We was like, dang, bro, at the end of the day, any police officer by the end of the month at least got PTSD. Just because
1,000%.
1,000%.
That's a
good question too, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we was talking to him, and he was giving us every reason why police would not go for that. He was like, well, we already got to see a person for this, and then we already got a budget for that, and then I don't know because we got to do this and we got to do that. I'm like, I really don't understand why a police officer wouldn't run to a therapist. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like a business. Oh, go ahead.
No, I can speak to that too. I think to speak to what he was saying is, I think police officers feel this need to be the controller. You know what I'm saying? And not to feel like I'm outside of my realm of control. Yeah. So when he was talking to us, because I was right there too, he was trying to tell us how they have that under control already, right? And I was thinking to myself, obviously you don't, because for me, I've been, like you said, what we was talking about earlier, all of the villas, you go into somebody's house, you don't know what's in that house. For
sure.
Right? You got to have some savvy about yourself. You got to have some people skills. You got to have some conflict resolution skills. You got to have something that allows you to de-escalate a conflict as opposed to, coming in on the strong arm, right? Sure. So a lot of the times, even with, people getting killed on the side of the road because they got pulled over for speeding.
Yeah.
Bro, the police officer has to be held accountable for their level of communication.
And what's their treatment plan when they get into something big too?
That's what I'm saying.
And you never hear that. And the reason why that I asked that is because I want to try to break the narrative and break the curse of our culture has this tension against the police department. So me and Ferrari, we did a community event with the mayor and T.I., around the holiday season. And one of the conversations that I had with the police department in Atlanta, and I said, hey, man, how can we come together and we go talk to these kids and we go start breaking this tension? So mentally, what I started doing was it's something that I never did, right? Like, you'll go out, you'll see a cop, you might not speak to the person, you might not even look at the cop, right?
Yeah.
So what I realized is, like, every time I have an interaction or bypassing with a cop, I'll be like, how you doing?
Yeah.
How's your day going? Like, just having a conversation, and, like, you can feel the tension. Like, they like, bro, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's true.
that's the reason. That's the reason why it's so much friction. And then I have cops that I'm friends with that work in the nightclubs, and they the coolest guys ever.
Yeah.
Hey, BT, you good? But then I said, this is the disconnect, right? The disconnect is when you see law enforcement and these people don't have there's no bridge with the community. Like, you can tell.
Yeah.
You can automatically look at law enforcement and can tell they don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. That's so funny. Like, I don't know if this is every black man's experience, but when a police officer's behind me, I pull over. I let that man go. Even if I ain't doing nothing wrong, I just feel uncomfortable.
PTSD, man.
Around police officers, man.
PTSD.
Like, when they around me, I feel not safe.
You automatically feel like it don't matter it don't matter if you're in the right or wrong. You wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I
already
mean.
Wrong. Yeah.
And like I've had the same scenarios to where, like, I remember I was leaving a radio station. I was driving home. And, man, this cop followed me like 5 blocks to the point where I just stopped my car and I pulled over. He pulled me over, and I was like,
What's up, bro?
why you following me?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, your tag's expired. I said, man, you didn't have to follow me for 5 blocks to let me know my tag's expired.
My blood pressure.
You know what I'm saying? But granted, he was super cool, super chill about it. I went for a walk in my neighborhood, ran into him again. I said, hey, man, you pulled me over early. He was like, yeah, that was me. And I was like, I appreciate you telling me my tags have been expired for 3 months because my birthday passed, and, I'm not paying attention.
Driving,
but I had a conversation with him because I'm like, these are conversations that we just need to. It just need to be some type of dialogue.
It needs to be more. It needs to be more. Right now, it's like second to none. There's no dialogue between police officers and certain areas and certain people.
Definitely.
That look like us. You don't really have a dialogue.
I think people feel like you choose your profession. I think it's the other way around.
Your profession chooses you.
Your profession chooses you. So just think about, let's use a mental health term. How much stuff those police officers might have went through before they joined the police force.
For sure. For sure.
Them as the dudes, not trying to be funny, didn't make the football team. You know what I'm saying? Nobody respected them at school. Nobody stopped talking when they started talking. So when I'm an adult, I'm about to get a job where you got to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got no choice but to pull over when I'm behind you.
Or let's twist it like this. Think about how much they went through the day before they pulled you over or before they talked to you. And somebody broke that down to me, because I'm like, man, why every time you run into like law enforcement, it's like always
mad.
They said, well, think about how many bad people that they had to run into a good person.
Yeah.
So they automatically
sometimes can't tell who's who.
They can't tell who because they, we all. They looking at us like we all look the same.
Yeah.
So we don't know what you on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and on top of that, they underpaid. You know what I mean?
That's
a fact.
Don't get me started on that. That's a fact.
They show up broke and mad, and you know what I'm saying? It's all bad.
All right, so I want you guys to promote your company, your mental health therapy company. Let's talk about it. Let's go into it.
So we got a couple of things going on right now. So you can find me on Psychology Today, www.psychologytoday.com. My name is Terrell Tepper. And what my private practice is focused on is actually breaking down the stigma that's attached to mental health in the Black community. So if I had to choose a niche, it would be people who was like me when I was growing up. Like I grew up in a typical scenario for the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom was murdered when I was 6. Went to live it's life, but I definitely appreciate that. Went to live with my grandmama, and my grandmama was like, she was a saint. You know what I'm saying? Like she was a beauty shop owner, and I don't know if y'all ever been in a beauty shop, but it's similar to the barber shop where people just come in and just unload on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, like my grandmama is like a literal
Therapist.
therapist. Like she don't got no credentials for it, but I knew it was serious when my friends started bypassing my room and going to my grandma's room. Right. Like, hey, bro, I need to talk to your grandmama. I'm stressed. I'm like, for real? I thought you came over here to hoop. Like, what? But it was one of them things where it's like you either blessed with it or you ain't. And it's like you cannot turn that off. It's crazy. I could be going through whatever, and somebody I don't know would be like, "What's up, bro? What's your name, man?" Oh, that's your oh man, my uncles is twins and they did this and did that, and my daddy. I'm like, bro, I don't want to know your whole life story. I just met you today. But it's something I guess is written on my face where I actually care about people. You know what I'm saying? And what they going through, and if it's something that I can give you that can help you through that scenario. Like I said, I don't think you get to choose that. I think that kind of chooses you.
Yeah. I agree with that. Another thing that we working on too is with SB Global, and that's how we met y'all.
Yep.
SB Global.
Shout out to SB Global.
Yeah.
Mercedes, what's up?
Mercedes, what's up? But at the end of the day, it's like for a long time we were helping one person at a time, which was great, and it was paying the bills. But in order to reach the masses, I feel like we need to be a little bit more in the mainstream.
For sure.
So utilize the platforms.
Utilize the platforms.
You're on one of the biggest ones right now, BallerAlert.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? You 41, I'm 41.
Yep.
We grew up in a time where you didn't really just put the camera on you all day, every day.
For sure.
You know what I mean? You didn't just broadcast everything.
You hated that. It was actually shunned upon.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
almost
For sure.
like feminine and not masculine. Like,
sure.
why are you taking pictures all day, every day? Like, what type of nigga are you? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like,
For
for real. But now it's like we have to embrace that now. Like, if you not on Instagram and it's a free platform
And
to
you making
promote
some money and you
everything that
entrepreneur.
you
Yep.
are,
sure.
like, you behind the times.
And you leaving some money on the table too.
Definitely.
Super.
Facts.
Yeah. Okay.
Facts. It's funny you said that. So what I was noticing is just like you said, back in the day, if somebody pulled a camera out and started filming you, like
You the cops, like, hey, bro, what you doing, bro? You doing too much. Yeah, for sure.
But now it's almost like you said, you leaving money on the table if you're not publicizing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I could be working with Lil Johnny on anger management, and he might get through his scenario. But if it was on Instagram or on BallerAlert on whatever, it could be 50 Lil Johnnies that saw that.
This is one thing I've learned about content. It's replayable. You know, and especially if it's really good content and meaningful and authentic, it lasts a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I could tell you, man, some people are arguing right now in the comments on my page, and me and this guy was just talking about the top three malls in Atlanta. He was like, I don't even go to the malls. So we getting comments of people saying, yeah, I'm with BT. I don't shop at the mall. Then I got people saying, why the hell you said Stonecrest Mall, Ferrari? I'm over here, I like sneakers. They got 50 sneaker stores in that motherfucker. 30 jeweler stores. It's suitable for me. Anyway, I said to say it's content and it's continuing to go, but I feel like you guys, man, we got to figure this out. This is great.
We definitely gonna do a part 2.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm with it.
Yeah,
bro.
we gonna.
We'll be
This
there.
is essential. You guys are essential workers.
Yes, facts.
Telling you, bro. Anything with the mind, like you guys, trainers, like the good ones, of course. In the gym, I was talking to my man J Rock. Since I got disciplined with my fitness and my mental health, I feel so wealthy. That's don't got nothing to do with money, bro.
Man.
I can literally look at somebody and be like, yeah, you fucked up. But this don't got nothing to do with money. You got you got some other shit going on.
Man.
I'm cool because I can navigate mentally through whatever.
Yeah.
Cause I set boundaries. I'm working out. I'm getting all my shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes he BT, I'll be like, hey, bro, calm down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes I be having days, but you know what? I do realize that like a lot of times people may be rich financially, but people ain't rich in spirit, and you can see it on people's faces all the time. I see hundreds of people a day, and you might be like, why this person act like this? And you're like, they mind ain't right.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't, and I learned you can't match energy.
Yeah, you can't, because it's too many. It's too many to try to match.
I feel like being financially set, that skill set is totally opposite from being good, like in the head.
We gonna have to do that on part 2. That's a whole episode.
Yo,
bruh.
listen. We gonna bring y'all
That's
back.
a whole episode.
We gonna bring y'all back. I like that.
Our cameras is running out too, so yeah, boy, that's a
like
whole
the
thing.
Things that make you mentally sound work against you.
For sure, man.
You know what I mean? Like most of the folks that got the most money that I know.
Oh man,
fucked up.
Oh man.
All right, so wait.
And it's people around them because they got money.
Stop.
You know what I mean?
Stop. We definitely do a part 2, 3, 4. Tell them how to follow you.
Follow me on Instagram.
Y'all got separate Instagrams, right?
Yeah. Separate Instagram. Yeah.
Separate Instagram.
So my Instagram is Tep Life, TEP_life with a Y.
And mine is Talk2Tep, TALK2TEP.
All right, yeah, big shout out to SB Global and Global Talent Agency, man. We about to do a part 2. Don't worry.
Mental health is real. We appreciate y'all.